Hello, and today we'll be playing Edenbound. This is the second build to come out. The first one came out in April last year. So it's been a while since the last build, so I don't quite remember everything that happened for me to go over, so I'm just going to go ahead and continue now. For those of you who haven't seen the first video of it, it's up on the channel right now if you want to see it. You can also download the game itself and play all the parts, play the first build. But now I'm going to go ahead and start with the second build. How did you get here? The familiar buildings of the street stretch upwards into the dusty skies. A glowing white visage of a dog hovers above you. You can hardly make out any of her features. You continue to stare up at the blinding silhouette. You notice her form subtly distorting around the edges before returning to its original shape. Where did you come from? Not sure. I must still be dreaming. Dreaming. She trails off for a moment. What does it mean to dream? Huh? How does she not? It's when you sleep and your mind makes up a bunch of things. Sometimes it feels like you're really there. Yes, sometimes you can do that while awake too. Sleep? You see her posture straighten up as she turns her head and looks off in another direction before turning back to you. That sounds nice. I want to dream. It's not always nice. Sometimes it's confusing and terrifying. I mean, in the end, none of it's real. None of this is real. You try to remind yourself, but something about this feels off. Why does this all feel so familiar? Not real? Then who am I? You lay there in silence for a moment as her silhouette hovers over you. Who are you? I don't know. I've been here as long as I can remember. It gets lonely. Sometimes I can hear voices, but this is the first time I've ever seen someone else. Company is nice. What are you? I am me. Maybe I'm nothing. Maybe I am everything. Maybe I'm real. Maybe I'm not. All I know for sure is that I am me. What is this? This is my home. This is all I've ever known. It's always dark and empty, but it feels safe. Aside from the dust, of course, I don't know what it is, but it sure is pretty. Do you have a name? What is a name? Is you really? I guess it's what people call you, or what you call yourself. I see. I wonder what people will call me. What do they call you? Oh, I'm Eli. Eli, that's a nice name. She wistfully looks off into the distance, turning her head away from you and contemplates for a moment. You continue to lay on the ground, unsure if asking any more questions would be worth it. You feel like all you'd be getting are more vague answers anyway. Are you real? What? You're caught off guard by her question. I mean, of course. How do you know? If we're both here in a dream, aren't we both made up? You don't know how to answer that. Of course you will. You try to evade this question. I just know. This isn't really helping. I gotta wake up. She wistfully looks off into the distance, turning her head away from you, and contemplates for a moment. You continue to lay on the ground, unsure if asking any more questions would be worth it. You feel like all you keep. She wistfully looks off into the distance, turning her head away from you, and contemplates for a moment. You continue to lay on the ground, unsure if asking any more questions would be worth it. You feel like all you'd be getting are more vague answers anyway. Or you will? What? You're caught off guard by her question. I mean, of course. How do you know? We were both here in a dream. Aren't we both made up? You don't know how to answer that. Of course you will. You try to evade the question. I just know. This isn't really helping. I've got to wake up. But it is really peaceful here. Maybe I could stay a while longer. Hey, buddy. And this voice echoes through the silence. Dude, Eli. The voice calls out to you with increasing urgency. Your voice starts to dim as you feel your eyes close and your breath stops for a moment. Wait, don't go. Feeling your consciousness gradually return, you steady your breathing as you slowly open your eyes. Damn, boy. Had one too many to drink. I got you. Your vision slowly comes into focus as you see a familiar, concerned Dalmatian looming over you. Unable to open your eyes any wider than a squint, you try to speak out to him, but find yourself still paralyzed, your body is somewhat sore from your collapse just moments before. Your right ear. Lane's musculature form lurches forward as he wraps his arms around you. He effortlessly picks you up and slings you over his shoulder, supporting your flaccid body as he stands up and sighs. Your body arcs over his shoulder and your head rests into the small of his back. You catch a subtle hint of cologne coming off his tank top. It's certainly not the worst position you've been in. Damn it. While typically not opposed to being thrown around like this isn't the right time. You try to collect your thoughts but find your fleeting memory of the dreams you had quickly fading. You try to hold onto any important key points but find yourself already drawing a blank at most of what had just happened. Matthew, shit, what was all that? Lane grabs onto your leg to stabilize you, and you feel your limp body start to bounce on his shoulder as he takes careful steps in the opposite direction of your apartment. You try to weakly tap him to get his attention. Your paws gently pat his rear. While it wasn't intentional, you see the slender tail begin. You see the slender tail before you start to wag. Hey, you actually awake now? Yeah, put me down. And not very convincing. You're still super out of it. I'm fine. Okay, break free then. His tone comes through as generally concerned, but he simultaneously carries an air of smugness. You try to break free of his grasp, but find that your strength hasn't really returned. You know you couldn't outmatch his brawn, even at full strength anyway. Relax, dude. I don't think you're in any condition to fight. I'll take care of you. Seems like trying to resist is useless at this point. You reluctantly resign yourself to Lane's aid. Lane continues walking towards his apartment while you partially wish he had just dropped you off back in your own bed. You won't deny that the penthouse is practically a second home to you. The journey through the various streets carries on in silence. You figure you might as well take the opportunity to relax and nod off while getting a free ride. You still with me, bud? You let out a quiet soar. Yeah. In your mostly unconscious state, you try to reflect on your earlier encounters. I've never seen anything like that before. It's always been the same places, the same tropes. Random people or obviously fake mock-ups of people I know. Why did these ones feel so real? What the hell's going on? You hear the mechanical whir of an automated door as the gentle breeze of the outside air comes to a stop. A momentary feeling of weightlessness comes over you as you feel your chest briefly flutter. The stability and speed of modern elevator technology, an overlooked marvel of engineering, dozens of floors of altitude, climbing nearly at the instant. Another door opens as you feel the familiar atmosphere of the suite. The sweet smell of artificial jasmine wafts around the main room, mostly used to mask the scent of other burning herbs through the occasional rise. The air is cool, but not overtly so. The best way to describe everything would be comfortable. You feel Lane dismount you from his shoulder, and he gently lays you down. Your stiff back sinks to a velvety cushion, your neck perfectly elevated by a supple throw pillow. Alright, there we go. Much better than pavement, eh? You still have unfinished business. You want to get up right away, but the allure of a quick nap is also very tempting. You succumb to your grogginess and drift off. You hear Lane walk away and leave you on the couch. Shit. You jolt awake after what felt like no time at all. A glass of clear liquid sits on the table in front of you. Ice cubes flow around inside the receptacle as a layer of condensation drips down the outside of the cup. Still fresh, you lurch forward and reach for the cold glass. You cautiously sniff the fluid inside. You've learned not to haphazardly drink anything within the confines of this apartment. You've lost count of how many times you accidentally gulped down several mouthfuls of assorted spirits, mistaking them for water. Oh, hey, you're up. You hear your captor speak up from the apartment's bar as he walks over to greet you. His eyes drop down to the glass in your hand before coming back up to make eye contact with you. Oh, come on, it's just water, dude. I'm not that tone deaf. But no, it's not that. I'm just being careful. Don't trust me. It's not you. It's this damn penthouse. Something about being here makes me stupid. Oh, come on, it's fun. Yeah, that's exactly the problem. You bring a glass of water up to your snout and take several hydrating gulps, swallowing the entire contents of your cup in one motion. The remaining ice cubes clink at the bottom of the glass as you pull it away. You let out an exasperated sigh of relief, having downed your beverage in one breath. You place the glass back onto the table. Damn it, how long was I out for? Like 5 minutes. I thought you'd be out for a little longer. Even doing out there passed out like that. It's complicated. Yeah, try me. You blankly stare downwards as you recall yesterday's run-ins with Matthew. While you aren't exactly on friendly terms with him, you can't help but feel some degree of sympathy for him. You got to talk to somebody about what you saw last night in your sleep, Monty, or Dylan, or... Wait a second, where's Dylan? I haven't seen them in a couple of days. Are they doing an art thing or whatever? What? They didn't come home last night? Nope. No. They said they were heading back here. We weren't even far. You were from last night. Yeah, You wave at the air in front of you and pull up your AR interface. With a simple gesture of the wrist and a few motions with your index finger, you pull up your contacts list and try to navigate to Dylan's profile. Service offline. That's probably not gonna work. Been unstable for a while. the hell? Since when? Maybe like a couple months. You haven't noticed? No, I hardly ever use it. There's barely anything on there, and we're always hanging out in person anyway. You bring up your ER interface again and patiently refresh a few times, trying to navigate to various pages to see if anything else is working. Are you okay? You're acting kind of weird. Talk to me, dude. You idly tap away at the glowing holographic screen in front of you, frustratedly switching between applications and pages. The eyes are kept glued to the interface as you make several agitated gestures with your wrists and fingers before speaking up. I met someone we've never seen before. Dylan was there too. Wait, what? Really? Lane's brows raised in shock as he's taken back. Yeah, some Rottweiler from the other side of Eden. Were they cool? What? No, pretty sure he was gonna assault me until Dylan came and got me out of it. Then I had a rough-ass sleep in the weirdest dreams. Must have sleepwalked outside and just fell. I swear I saw. Shut up about your dreams for a second, dude. What the hell? There's real shit going on. Why are you acting so casual about that? He was gonna assault you? Raises his voice and interrupts you. Whatever, who cares? At least something interesting could have happened to me. Something real. Lane takes a few steps towards you. He raises his paw and taps the top of your interface, dismissing it as you were absent-mindedly swiping around. Dude, what the heck? Don't ever say that. Lane looks you directly in the eyes. His eyelids tighten as he drops his eyebrows. The neon lights of the apartment reflect in his horizons, his eyes glossy. I'm tired of worrying, man. I care about y'all. I need you to care about yourselves too. I need to know you'll be okay if I ever. You both sighed before standing there in silence for a moment. Sorry, it just feels like I'm losing myself lately. Like sometimes it just feels like I'm losing myself lately. Like sometimes I can't even tell if I'm really awake or still dreaming. It's always just so vivid. Or you will? Well, I mean, of course. How do you know? If we're both here in a dream, aren't we both made up? I just know. Guess I've just got nothing to really ground myself. Hundreds of restless sleeps and nonsense dreams later, throw a crazy Roddy into the mix. Well, hey, I mean, you're here now. You're safe. Doesn't change the fact that Dylan's still missing. Yeah, they still don't. They do this all the time. I wouldn't worry. They'll be back soon. Yeah, I don't want to just wait around. I gotta head out and look for them. Nah, dude, just hang back. You'll probably miss them. Then it'll take even longer to get to them. Damn it, I don't know. Can you, like, wait around here, then message me if they drop by? That's down, remember? Right, perfect. Plus, I don't want you going out there on your own anyway. Isn't there still some crazy guy out there? Now, I hate that he's right. Can't really argue. Fine, but if they're not back in a few hours, we're gonna look for them together. Alright, what's for me? Lane perks up and bares his teeth in an exaggerated grin. In that case, I'm gonna go get some stuff ready. Man, I always love being able to hang out like this. A bit caught off guard by Lane's complete shift in tone. It's a little hard to match his energy, especially with other things cluttering your mind right now. Right, is that why you kidnapped me? Guilty. We only kinda was mostly just coming by to check on you till I saw you out cold. Gave me a good excuse to scoop you up, though. Thanks, I guess. Lane lets out a polite chuckle, to detect a slight sense of ingenuity in his forced laughter, as if something else is on his mind. He quickly shakes it off. Alright, let me get some stuff set up. You wanna go check on Steven? Right, Steven's here? Yeah. When is he not? Why aren't you two just hanging out? It's kinda weird to reach him sometimes. Is he not just in his room? Nah, dude. I mean, he's there, but it's like he's not really there, you know? Lane sighs and pinches the bridge of his snout in disdain. Look, you'll see what I mean. Good luck, meet you back here soon. Bye. Lane brushes past you and skips down the nearby hallway towards his room, turning the corner until out of sight. Okay. You aren't exactly in the mood for fraternizing right now, but you don't really have much of a choice. It's not that you don't enjoy the company, but it's just not the right time. You grit your teeth inside. Lane's trying really hard to be supportive. Might as well try to enjoy yourself. Walk over to the Penthouse's personal elevator and call the cab down to your floor. The door opens and you step forward, taking the lift up one floor. It feels a little excessive having an entire staff just to connect two floors to the rooftop, but Eden's always put an emphasis on needless luxury. You step out onto the lost second floor and walk past Dylan's room. You continue one door down and stand at the entrance to Steven's room. The door is shut. You courteously knock a few times, hoping to get his attention. No response. You knock again, this time with more fervor. Steven? Is he even here? You place your paw on the right side of the door, using your index finger to gently swipe to the left. The metallic door opens just a sliver. Although it's mostly dark, you see a gentle flow of neon blue light coming through the small crack in the partially open doorway. This feels like an invasion of privacy, but at this point, you've known each other long enough to trivialize this kind of boundary. You peer through the narrow opening. Your eyes are immediately met with the sight of a very exposed border collie. His eyes are glowing white, pupils roll back, and his tongue hangs out of his maw, an adulterated expression of absolute bliss. He doesn't notice you or his door having been cracked open. Various glowing wires cascade from various parts on the ceiling of his room, connected to several docks placed throughout Steven's body. Strange circuitry courses through his fur around these docks, slowly pulsing with white and blue light. Holy shit. Okay, maybe this is a little too far. What the hell is all this? That's not a typical VR setup. You're more accustomed to the usual visual reality headsets that have been around for hundreds of years. Quite archaic compared to what you're seeing, but it's got the job done. As salacious as the situation is, you find yourself more curious than anything. You stand there in complete silence, too stunned to take action. It means to leave. You see enough. You turn around and sneak away, taking care to make as little noise as possible. You take a few long, gentle strides back towards the elevator, trying to minimize any risk of Steven hearing you. Although he seemed to be completely preoccupied and his senses fully dulled, you didn't want to take any chances of him knowing you were watching. You take the lift back downstairs and take a look around. A large holographic screen sits idle in front of the couch. You catch Lane in the Penthouse's kitchen fiddling around with the suit's materializer. He notices you and turns around. Hey, just get in. Just getting us something to snack on. You cool with charcuterie? Char what? Charcuterie. The shit with like meat and cheese or whatever. And go all fancy. You raise your brow and confuse it. Charcuterie? What? I've been saying it's wrong this whole time? Are you sure? I've only ever seen it written down. I'm sure. Monty makes them at Nirvana. Oh, he turning you into a fancy boy? So cultured. Line continues pressing various buttons on the materializer interface, queuing up basic items, salami, pepperoni, and cheese. Strings of particles are ejected from the machine, forming into very convincing synthesized ingredients. He continues to haphazardly arrange the sliced meats and unspecified cheese cubes onto a plate. He throws everything on with reckless abandon, no grace, no poise. Lane keeps his eyes fixated on his task while carrying on the conversation. So, how'd it go upstairs? Stephen commented. Oh, nah, you're right. He's a little busy right now. Maybe let's give him a bit. Lane clicks his tongue and sighs. He plugged in. Yeah, figured. Lane's ears droop, and he anxiously taps his foot on the ground repeatedly. Thought maybe he'd come out for you. Whatever. Let me go get him, then. Lane places the food onto the coffee table in front of the couch as he passes by and quickly heads towards the elevator. Maybe you shouldn't. Before he can even warn Lane, the doors close behind him as the lift brings him up to the second floor. Well, he grimaces at the impending situation the two of them are about to find themselves in. At least you aren't at the forefront of it. Yo, Stephen, come on, dude. Don't be rude. Eli's downstairs. Stephen. Bro. You hear the distant sound of Stephen's door opening all the way. What? What the hell? Dude, get out. This is why you're flaking on Eli. What, Eli? Is he here? Yeah. He said he saw you all plugged in. I thought you were just playing video games. It's not a video game. They're simulated worlds. Shit. Perfect. Now he knows you were watching him and you wrote Lane into it. A couple minutes pass as you can no longer make out what's being said upstairs. Lane comes through the elevator door and comes up to you, his eyes unfocused in a blank stare forward. Sorry, dude, you alright? I'm gonna go check on something. Help yourself to the food, whatever. I didn't think he'd take that so seriously. What's going on with him? Shortly after Lane retreats to his chambers, you see the elevator door open again, and now fully clothed border collie comes through the doors and awkwardly struts up to you. Hey, Eli. You wordlessly give him a salute of acknowledgement. Where's Lane? In his room. He looked upset. Yeah, he always kind of gets like this. He'll come right back out, though. Just give it a bit. Stephen flops onto the couch beside you and quietly sits there for a moment. So, how long were you watching me? It wasn't like being a perv or anything. It was just interesting. You want me to tell you about it? Is Lane gonna be okay? He does this all the time. He'll be fine. Okay? You hope Stephen's right about Lane. You can't help but be worried about him. At least the tension has settled down a bit. It's actually pretty simple. Our brains are a lot like computers. We use chemicals and computers just use electricity. Our neural pathways and nervous systems are responsible for receiving, processing, and responding to sensory information. When we just tap into that and treat it like a computer, we can just write code and send artificial signals to our brains and trick into seeing and feeling whatever you tell it to. You can program any kind of simulated world you want. And if you do it well enough, you can't even tell it's fake. You just gotta make it first. It's like a VR headset, but instead of just seeing things, it'll feel like you're really there, seeing, feeling, moving around. It's pretty much like a full projection. You can be whatever, whenever, and whoever you want. Just gotta trick your brain. Stephen, what? That's like crazy scientist levels of engineering. Oh, it's nothing really. Nothing compared to all the Eden tech. Nanobots that stop us from dying. Machines that turn energy into matter. Augmented reality without any supplementary tech. I just wrote a little code. Did tons of research on brain chemicals, hooked up some wires to a materializer, basic stuff. How long have you been working on it? Oh, probably dozens of years. I only got it working like a few months ago. I was gonna show everyone, but I got kind of distracted. It's pretty cool in there. And you were using it for what again? I was just testing its limits. And that's not all I do. Most of the time, just hanging out in random worlds I make. Get away for a bit. Must be pretty good. You wanna try it? Is it safe? Not gonna lie, it looked kind of freaky. I don't know, probably I've been totally fine. It's not scary though. Unless you want it to be. If I wanted that, I'd just go to sleep. Oh, maybe you should try it, or maybe you should try it out. If you think about it, it's kind of like a dream without you're in control. Real easy to get lost in there though. Right. Maybe later. Steven continues to enthusiastically dump more information about simulated realities. He gradually starts introducing more advanced jargon that you don't understand, but it's still nice to hear people talk about their passions so zealously. You pick away at the food in front of you. Not great as expected, but still passable. Let's fly by as Stephen rambles on. One time I actually forgot to set a condition to exit the loop. I kept going back over it. Seven minutes fly by as Stephen rambles on. One time, I actually forgot to set a condition to exit the loop. I kept going back over and over until I realized the only way out was just pulling off the wires. I noticed light come out from the hallway as he comes to joining you. Upon closer inspection, you notice the whites of his eyes have become pink. Several minutes fly by as Stephen rambles on. One time I actually forgot to set a condition to exit the loop. I kept going back over and over until I realized the only way out was just pulling off the wires. You notice light come out from the hallway as he comes to join you. Upon close inspection, you notice the whites of his eyes have become tinted pink. Wonder if he's been crying or if he's just stoned. Yo, you guys still down for a movie? Oh yeah, what's it got? Seems like Lane's pretty well composed. Guess he just wants to get his mind off things and have a good time. The three of you seem to wordlessly agree to sweep it under the rug for now. Lane positions himself in front of the couch, then falls back onto the plush cushions. The entire piece of furniture pushes back a couple of centimeters from the force. Well, we've actually only kind of got two options. Could do one of the classics from hundreds of years ago that we've already watched dozens of times, or something new age that was probably generated by an AI, but at least it's new. So, both options suck? Just put on something old, new age stuff. Always just feels like randomly generated lowest common denominator slop meant for normies. Wow. Goddamn, okay. Lane pulls up his interface and opens up a library of old films from the Earth era. Thank God these made it onto Eden's libraries. Alright, should we just pick out random? Yeah, whatever. Lane swipes up and down with his fingers to cause a list of movies to start wildly scrolling. Hundreds of titles quickly scroll past. You only barely make out the covers of a few films in between. It then taps down to halt the interface. Green Sun. Guess we're watching Green Sun. Aw, too bad Dylan's not here yet. They love this one. The one with the 4 kids that end the world by playing some video game? Dude, I don't get it. It doesn't matter how many times I watch it. It gets so confusing by the end. Just ask Doll about it. They'll give you a long lecture about the lore. Like several hours long. You won't have a choice. Lane's interface sits down as a large screen in front of you fades to black. You've all watched the same things time after time. Everything in the catalog just recycled over and over again. Never anything new, but at least it's fun to mockingly add out the scripts you've nearly memorized at this point. And so less about the movie itself and more so about just spending time together. The screen fades through several animated studio logos, then goes silent for a moment. The film plays out as expected. It starts out simple and gradually becomes more convoluted as the story progresses. The three of you start out fairly attentive to the screen in front of you, but all start to lose interest over time. You continue to slowly pick away at the food and refreshments on the table before you. Slice of salami, Cuba cheese, sip of wine. Lane holds his maw open and viciously chomps down several times loudly. Clicking his teeth, he gestures towards the snacks, then points towards his mouth. You and Stephen take turns tossing cubes of cheese at Lane. You clumsily lob them into the air as Lane repossesses himself to catch them on the way down. Stephen goes for a more direct approach, throwing them straight towards him instead. Despite Lane's inebriation, he manages to catch every single one. Guess he's had a lot of practice. A loud pressurized hiss escapes from the bottle in Lane's paw as he cracks it open. He offers Stephen a sip and he gingerly grabs the bottle and takes a cautious gulp. He recalls and starts to cough and sputter, but forces it down anyway. Lane lets out a high-spirited chortle as Stephen winces at the taste of the alcohol. Despite this, he goes in for another gulp as Lane cheers him on. Feels like everyone's morale is at a steady high. Pretty typical whenever you all get together like this. The three of you have completely stopped paying attention to the film at this point, with the movie's dialogue and soundtrack made for a nice ambient backdrop. Lane pulls up his AR interface and starts scrolling through several candid images of you and your friends. You all huddle together on the couch and start to surf through old memories. A recent image of Lane, Stephen, and Dylan sitting in the Penthouse's indoor pool. Another image taken just minutes before you face down on the couch, holding an empty bottle of something. Another image taken several minutes later of you, face buried in a toilet, with Dylan patting you on the back. How embarrassing. A picture of you and Lane quickly swipes past the image he barely got a glimpse of. Oh, whoops. What was that? Nothing. You barely even remember these things happening. A little overindulgence will do that, you suppose? Lane continues to scroll back further through his photo libraries, but finds that a lot of older images seem to be corrupted and unable to be pulled from the cloud. As he continues going further back, more and more photos become inaccessible until there's nothing left. Man, Wish I could get these back. Don't even remember what they are. The cloud's never perfect. Backups fail all the time. Especially over this many years. Lane dismisses his interface and puts his arms around the two of you on both his sides. He affectionately jostles both of you around a bit. Nothing makes you happier than times like these. You wish moments like this could last forever. Forever. Right. You got so distracted with everything, you almost totally forgot about all your worries. That might have been nice, actually. Movie's still going. Take a moment to assess your surroundings. You must have blanked out again. Sun appears to be on its fifth act. A little over halfway done, still about 2 hours ago. Man, this thing's long. Stevens is reclined along the sofa, his feet propped up where Lane was once sitting. You can still see the indent of Lane's backside imprinted into the cushion. What's Lane? Steven? What? Lane? Lane? Oh, he's out smoking on the balcony. Gotcha. Steven appears to be completely glued to his interface, intensely staring into the flat glowing projection in front of him. He's feverishly typing away, taking brief moments to ponder before writing down more lines of text. Ethernet, back online? In a sec. He continues rapidly tapping his interface, wrapping up a few more blocks of text before turning to you. Okay, sorry, what's up? Oh nah, still down. I'm just doing stuff offline anyway. More crazy simulation stuff. Kinda. Here, I'll show you. Steven makes a wide gesture with his paw, waving it in the direction of the interface he left open. He takes a broad swipe towards you, flicking the screen in your direction. The holographic display perfectly stops right in front of you. Line after line of text appears on the interface, along with some blank portraits and various empty fields. As you quickly skim through the words on the screen, you pick up a plethora of diverse traits and properties not yet defined. I'm back to working on my older project. That's the character AI stuff, right? Yeah, I pretty much took all of my old framework and just sort of expanded on it. I want to see if I can import these models into my simulation so the worlds can be more immersive. I played around with this kind of stuff forever ago, but I could never get them to feel real enough. Yeah, I remember that. They just keep repeating the same stuff over and over again. Remember when Steven would get you to have back and forth conversations with several bots to test his artificial models? No matter how much he would tweak and refine the program, their generic responses would eventually start to loop. Yeah, I tried so many things, I still feel like I'm not making any progress. Try making completely original models of popular characters. Try to model them after us doesn't work either. Wonder if it's even possible. You made models after us? Don't know anybody better than you guys. Thought that being more detailed would fix the problem. Guess not. Can I talk to myself, the fake one? Oh, I got rid of all my old models since I wanted to start from scratch and they weren't working anyway. We can always try making you a new one, though. If I ever figure this out, anyway. Stephen brings his paw up to the interface once again and positions it back over to his side of the couch. It's been a few hours now and Dylan still hasn't returned. Maybe it's time to call it quits and go look for them with Lane. Maybe Stephen too. If only you could just call them, this wouldn't have to be so complicated. Someone's a hacker, man. Anyway, you can fix the Ethernet. What? Just because I code doesn't mean I'm a hacker. Do you even know how any of that stuff works, totally out of my reach. I could hook you up to my private network, but you only be able to call me, unless we get everyone else on board too. Not like we even use the Ethernet much nowadays anyway. No people, what's the point? If a private network? Yeah, I set up an encrypted private server to host all my simulation stuff. Normally, I just like whatever, but this is kinda sensitive stuff. If someone decided to remotely mess with it while I was plugged in, that could be so fucking scary. Guess that's not as much of a concern now. Always the risk of people being out there that we never know about, though. Maybe next time we're all together, we can set it up so this doesn't happen again. Yeah, if you can get Dylan to even check their messages. Never responds even when the net was actually online. Man, why do they have to be so elusive? You peer out the window for a moment, looking towards the skyline. Lane's been out there for a while. Hope he's alright. I'm gonna go check on Lane. Think we might need to head out soon. You struggled for a moment before hoisting yourself off the sofa. Manuel safe. Okay. You approach the penthouse's balcony doors. Through the street's large windows, you see Lane's muscular back leaning over the clear railings. Wisps of smoke rise up from behind his broad frame, dissipating into the cool air as the lit spill rests in between his digits, hanging over the side of the glass barrier. The metallic doors automatically slide open as you draw near them. A mechanical whir cuts through the quiet atmosphere. Lane's ears twitch in response to the noise, but he doesn't look back. You pass through the exit and hear the doors close behind you. Hey. Lane stares off into the streets down below. You look at him and see a mirror image of the illuminate metropolis in the reflective pools of his eyes. The giver's backdrop of Eden shines through the dark skies, cutting through the blackness with its glass towers and neon signs. The view from up here is always stunning. City lights stretch on as far as the horizon. It's almost nauseating thinking about just how far out they go. Even more nauseating thinking about just how empty it all is. Last night? Yeah. Lane takes a long drag from his breath, then holds it out towards you. What hit? Oh, no, I'm good. He pulls back and takes another extended puff. The ashes of the burnt leaves fall off and blow away in the wind. He takes the leftover filter and places it into a nearby ashtray. Guess we should go look for a dog, hey? Whatever business you got with him. Lane clears his throat and gently sniffles. He brings the back of his paw up to his nose and makes a discreet ripping motion across the snout. What's on your mind? Lane furrows his brow and forces a smile. Well, I don't know. Like how pretty the view is. I'm not stupid, dude. Talk to me. About what? You look at him, straight in the eyes. Your piercing gaze meets his as you stare each other down for a moment. The sullen Dalmatian in front of you blinks a few times before turning his head away and meekly looks down once again. Do we have to do this? Lane takes a deep breath and sighs. He goes silent for a moment. Do you ever miss everything, like when everyone first got here and things actually felt kind of normal? Or even being back on Earth wasn't perfect like here, but it was still home used to be. You start to think about your life back on Earth, vague recollections of a warm summer breeze, the shifting of leaves as trees set their verdant exteriors in the wind, tumbling to the ground in a graceful dance like falling snow. The cold caress of chilly crystal cascading cascading down from acid clouds onto your fur. It's been so long you start to realize that a lot of your memories from Earth are just feelings, sensations. Kinda feels like things have just stopped moving. Can't go back. The same nothingness every day, no future. Living forever sounded kinda sick at the time. Now I kinda just... He pauses for a moment. Nothing. Yeah, nothing. After so long, I realized I started to forget people's voices, their faces. Lane briefly trails off. Their names. You try to remember a single person from your time on Earth, a single interaction, anything at all. You draw a complete blank. Sometimes it's all I can feel. These missing pieces. I think we're all feeling that. Lane turns his head towards the penthouse suite. He glances over at Steven, still lost in his work. He turns back to you. I think we're all just keeping busy at this point to escape the feelings of nothingness. Find meaning wherever you can. Seems everyone's doing better than me, at least. You don't know that. At this point, I'm kind of just riding it out, you know? Take care of everyone best I can. Feels like everyone needs me around less and less nowadays, though. Dylan's rarely around. Steven's always in his computer worlds. Mel left years ago. And these damn fragments, I can't put my finger on it. I know I'm forgetting something, someone. Lots of people. So many people. That's not your fault. It's been like 500 years. Sometimes I can't even remember things from like a week ago. Lane weakly smiles. It just feels like losing a part of myself, you know? Like, who am I without my memories? Who are any of us? Lane looks up to the sky towards Earth. Sometimes I wish I could go back, see the people I left behind. Wonder if they ever got the immortality stuff too. Just how much things changed. Changed? What were things even like up there? You reach deep into the recesses of your mind. Once again, find nothing but static. I don't know. Sorry for rambling. Rambling's good. Honestly, I think the only thing keeping me going is you guys. Without y'all, I got nothing. Got no shape like the others. Got no vices. Kinda silly of me, huh? Relying on everyone like that. What? No way. You said it yourself. You're always looking out for us. If I ever mysteriously disappear like the rest, don't ever forget me. You're here. Wouldn't dream of it. Lane pulls himself off the balcony railing and turns towards you. He looks down at you and wraps his arms around you. He tightens his grip and leans forward, pressing his muscle into your shoulder. You return to embrace, your arms only able to reach part way around his wide frame. You stay there for a moment, not letting it go. Lane loosens his grip on you and takes a step back. Love you, bro. Love you too. You turn around and approach the doors of the penthouse. The doors open as a strong floral smell in the suite gets sucked out onto the balcony. The sounds of the ongoing movie fill your ears as you pass through the entrance. Part is so good. All the different plot points finally converge and the payoff is like, dude, what? Where the hell have you been? How did you miss me? Told you they'd be back. The fluffy white dog reaches for a cheese cube from the platter that's been sitting out for a few hours. They flick it into the air and effortlessly catch it in their mouth. How long have you been, dude? I've been crazy worried about you. Oh, I literally just got back. Looked like you two were having a moment. And how dare you? Watson grinned some without me. They continue to make playful quips at you, oblivious to the stress you've been under. I thought you were coming straight here after last night. Oh, see, that was the plan. I was on my way back, but then I got super distracted. I was almost home. Then I saw a butterfly. No, I'm serious. Like a literal butterfly. It was all glowy and sparkly and everything. Check it. Gillen pulls out a Polaroid photo from their pocket and hands it to you. Just like they said, a still image of a white, glowing butterfly in front of some city buildings. Well, where was this? It's in front of Nirvana. I thought I saw movement in the corner of my eye just outside the penthouse. Wasn't sure if I was just seeing things, but I wanted to check just in case. Do we even have butterflies here? Yeah, usually in parks or gardens, though. You know that if you got out more. Light Snickers and places a paw on Stephen's head, gently tousling around the fur on his dome. Weird that it's in the city. Also, they don't usually glow. Yeah, I chased it around for so long. Even lost it a few times, but kept checking around. Finally managed to catch it outside the bar. I tried getting other pics of it, but it was way too fast. Did you see where it went? Nope. Lost track of it right after I got the photo. I mean, it's a pretty sick snap. Yeah, it's alright, I guess. Couldn't really frame it right since it wouldn't stop moving. Plus, the composition's kinda ass. It's all unbalanced, and the wings making a tangent with the window. Huss, it's great. I like the camera tilt. That was an accident. Real though, right? Never seen anything like it before. Hang on. You reach into your pocket, start to rummage around. A small folded piece of paper brushes against your paw. You reach for it and gently pull it out, taking care not to damage it any more than it already has, being partially flattened in your pocket. An origami butterfly from Monty, given to you just the night before, has been moderately crumpled and compressed. Look, Monty gave me this right after I left the bar last night. Oh, cute. What is it? You saw it start to gingerly refold the piece of paper on doing the extra creases and trying your best to restore it to its former glory. Not perfect, but at least it's recognizable now. Interesting. Monty. Think the butterfly has something to do with him? Maybe. If only I took a vid, the way this thing moves was so realistic. Not sure what Monty would have to do with it. Maybe like an AR trick? But why would he? Dude, just go ask him. Yeah, I mean, it's probably just a coincidence. You hold the Polaroid photo and continue to blankly stare at it. A really specific coincidence. Can I borrow this? I'll just take it. It's on my interface stores. I can just print more copies. Cool, thanks. You take the photograph and the origami and carefully put both into your pockets. You know, they're probably just going to crumple again, but it's not that big of a deal. So, now, tell me more about last night. Last night, Eli told me you two saw a new guy. What? No one told me. Dylan raises an eyebrow and purses their lips. More specific. What, that Rottweiler? Matthew? Nope, doesn't ring a bell. What the hell are you talking about? Last night he was being a creepy, you bailed me out. Dylan swallows and shakes their head. I literally have no idea what you're talking about. We crossed paths. We went up to your apartment for a bit, then I left. Went up to your apartment, huh? No, not like that. It's been like less than a day. How'd you forget? I wouldn't forget something like that, hun. Meeting a new person is kind of a big deal when there's nobody around. The hell did you... Was that one of your dreams? Oh shit, yeah. You were completely zoned out in the middle of the street. No, that all happened before I went to sleep. I mean, some of it did. The part where I went outside was after, but like, I don't think I was asleep anymore. Alright, thank... Dude, you don't even sound sure. Not. Fuck. Don't you always dream about made-up people? Well, yeah, but this guy's real. He has to be. He was at Nirvana and Monty and Charlie even saw him. Guess you better ask him about that too. Two birds with one stone. Let me know what they say. Hope I'm not going crazy. No offense. Dylan. You stand there and ruminate for a bit. The others continue bantering with each other while you completely tune out what's being said. This doesn't make sense. You take a deep breath and hold it for a few seconds. You slowly exhale through your nose to try and calm yourself. What's wrong with me? Your brows become short and staggered as your mind continues to race. Why, Eli? Huh? You're suddenly forced out of your disassociated state. You wanted to get set up on my network, right? So we can all be connected again? Oh, right. Is it hard to set up? Nope. Well, maybe for you. Just let me handle it. Just open your interfaces and unlock them for me. Everyone boots up their AR interfaces as per Steven's request. He makes a few inputs on his own screen, and every interface is dragged in front of him in an orderly array. As for a wizard, Steven continues to navigate through his primary interface. Every input repeats itself onto the holographic screen below. You don't quite follow what's going on, but before long, several progress bars for the completion in perfect synchronization across the entire stack. And easy. Next time you open them up, you should have a new app we call DM and Column. Still can't use any other internet apps though, sorry. And Dylan will actually respond to messages now. Right, Dylan? You want me so bad. Thanks, Steven. Of course, we should all talk more so no one gets lonely. Yeah, definitely. You're glad you can actually keep in touch with everyone again. It felt unnecessary at the time, but staying connected was something you really took for granted. Alright, you heading out again then? Yeah, I gotta... This whole thing is really bugging me. We're not finishing the movie? Sorry, another time. You want us to come with? No, it's fine. I'll probably head back out too then. Got a sudden burst of inspiration. Cool. Lane's shoulders drop and he looks off to the side. He partially pulls in his lips and the corner of his mouth turns down. Maybe I should do some further processing while I'm here first. Some of these failed butterfly shots could be kind of cool, actually. Come look through them with me. You sure? Yeah, you too, Steven. Oh, actually, I think I'm gonna go out, if that's okay. What? Damn, things really are going crazy. I go out sometimes. Dylan smugly grins as they continue to tease Steven. Where you headed? Nirvana. I think I'm gonna try getting everyone on the network. I'll ask Monty if he wants to connect and maybe help me get everyone else. So is it okay if I come along? Yeah, sounds good, actually. Then after I kinda wanna get Mel too. I haven't heard from her since the net started failing. Same, even longer actually. You sure you didn't just leave her on read like you always do? What? Of course not. You glance over at Dylan's interface, you see a response typed out in a text field unsent from over 4 months ago. Well, can't even send that anymore. Yeah, we'll have to reconnect her later. Lane rolls his eyes and shakes his head. Okay, thanks for the hangout. Let's do it again soon, with Dill next time. Yeah, later. You walk towards the penthouse's exit, turning around and waving at Lane and Dylan as you approach the door. Steven follows behind you as you both get in the elevator and start going down. You go right back to space it out as you stand there, motionless. The ride down silent but quick. The elevator slows down to a stop as you reach the ground level. The doors open up as you exit the building back onto the streets of Eden. Just outside the penthouse suite, a spherical robot hovers in place. Two holographic ears float atop its head. Its faceplate screen glows a bright blue. A warning light flashes on the display. Error code 0x000058. Please stand by. Oh, poor little guy. Hang on. Steven approaches the dysfunctional Edenoid and starts delicately handling it. He fiddles with a few latches on the backside of the machine, revealing a series of dials and switches as well as an internal touchscreen. The border collie works quickly, only making a few adjustments before finishing up in less than a minute. Okay. Steven steps away from the Edenoid as the display fades to black. Should be all good to go. The screen boots back up, and the robot's expressive eyes flash onto the display. Steven's Systems back online. Thank you for your patience. How can I be of assistance? Damn, dude, how do you know how to do all this? I like computers. Plus, having hundreds of years to learn everything comes in handy. Steven turns back to the Edenoid and dramatically clears his throat as if he's preparing some sort of formal speech. Check Ethernet status, please. Ethernet servers are currently online. Are you experiencing interruptions? Yes, please troubleshoot. One moment, please. Ethernet momentarily connects to Steven's interface, scanning for any possible issues with the network. Nope, not really. No problems have been detected. Huh? That's weird. But the servers are still up. It's like we've all been locked out or something. I apologize. Do you require further assistance with other matters? No, thank you. Goodbye. Hold on. Steven steps aside as you approach the Edenoid. Search social network for Matthew. Searching. No results. Not a good sign. Maybe it's glitched. Search for social network for Steven. One result for Steven Marinay. Nope, seems to be working, sorta. So, citizen records. Administrative clearance is required to view citizenship records. Why can't this just be easy? You click your tongue and sigh defeatedly. Goodbye. Thank you for your patience. Goodbye. Thank you. Steven waves at the Edenoid as it hovers up into the sky and over some buildings until out of sight. Well, that wasn't very helpful. Walk or train? Walk is fine. The closest stop's in the opposite direction anyway. Until you carry on towards the bar. Your excursions are uneventful. You're not really feeling up for a conversation right now. Steven catches on quickly. You both approach Nirvana's doors. Wow, this place has always been a reliable source of warmth and homeliness. Something about this visit feels different. Your mind is weighed down particularly heavily this time around, even more so than last night. You take a deep breath as you approach the entrance, with Stephen following closely behind you. You enter the bar, greeted by the usual soft, atmospheric hip-hop you've grown so familiar with. Just a moment. The Hogan dog behind the bar adjusts a few bottles on the shelves, straightening them out and making sure everything is pristine before turning around. You see the old dog smile, round glasses come in view as he turns his head towards you and comes out from behind the bar. That's an odd pairing. Hey, Monty. What brings you here tonight? Something to drink? Oh, no thanks. We won't be long. Stephen turns up towards you and politely smiles before continuing. You go first. Hey, your internet connection's been down, right? Yeah, sure has. You come to fix that too? Too? Oh, nah, it's only. If only I'm getting everyone connected to my private network, though, just to keep in touch again, you know? I know a few people that could definitely use that. Need help getting around? Yeah, I was gonna ask. You clever dog. Once I get you set up, I'll show you how to install it on someone else's interface. No need. I'm quite familiar with how this works already. Really? How? You could say I dabble in eating Ted too. These smirks and winks. You couldn't fix your own materializer? You offer help. Who am I to refuse? Monday lets out a deep chuckle. I didn't know they were closed. Okay, well, you should be able to contact me and Eli and Lane and Dylan now. I know Charlie comes by a lot. We should get him too. Anyone else you think will use it? You got it. Thanks. And you, my special pup, just coming to say hello. Monty turns his head to you. Sort of, I gotta ask you something. Oh dear, am I in trouble? No, just... You fix out the contents of your pocket and hold out the two objects, one in each palm. Remember giving this to me last night, yeah? Of course. Oh, how sweet of you to keep it. A few hours later, Dylan saw a glowing butterfly just outside Nirvana. They got a pic of it, but couldn't find it again afterwards. And you think I have something to do with it? Not necessarily, I just thought it was weird. That is weird. Can't say I've ever seen anything like it before. Monty adjusts his small glasses and intensely squints at the photograph. He exhales through his nose before pulling away from the Polaroid. Sorry, pup, I got nothing. I could ask around for you, though. And that's okay. Well, they're okay. It certainly piqued my interest. Thanks, Monty. You put the two items back into your pockets again. You feel them getting more damage with each journey, in and out of your pants. You ought to store them somewhere later. Safer. Anything else? You bite your lip and hesitate, choking back on your words. Yeah, kinda, You pause again. You feel lightheaded and your ears start to pressurize as you carefully plan out what you want to say. Please, I'm not crazy. You feel Stephen place a paw on your shoulder. Hey, I'll be outside. It's okay. Stephen approaches the bar exit and the doors part for him. He salutes Monty as he exits the building. And chilling breeze blows in for a moment before the door closes behind him, and the atmosphere is still once again. That bad? Dreams again? I can't even tell. He falls silent and wants to keep stalling. Monty leans against the bar top and patiently waits. Do you remember Matthew? Matthew. You look up at him as he ponders. Every second feels like an eternity. You know Monty, you know he wouldn't forget him this quickly. You already know the answer at this point. Is that an old friend? Your ears start to ring, your vision blurs, and you start to feel violently ill. Eli, you feel yourself start to split again. Why? Why? The bar doors part as you run out the building. You can't focus on anything at all. You sprint past Stephen, not even acknowledging him. You nearly trip over your own feet as you continue running towards your apartment. Nothing matters, nothing else matters. Muffled yells call out behind you. Don't look back. No looking back. I'm real. This is real. Matthew is real. Please, 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 please. Why can't I remember? Why do I remember? Why does no one else remember? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. This can't be right. Not possible. Wrong. Wrong. Everything is wrong. I'm home. A sticky, gravelly voice echoes through your head. Garbled tones and jumbled prose resonating deep within you. Weak, desperate, just a modicum of hope breaking through the noise. Please don't forget me. Chapter end. That was the latest update of Edenbound. So apparently there are things that DMC remembers, but nobody else remembers it. Now that Rottweiler, Matthew, he remembers Matthew, but the waiter here, the owner of this store where he sells beverages, well, he's a big dog that you see right there, standing up, washing a cup. He doesn't remember Matthew. But in the first video of this, over about a year ago almost, the prologue, he kicked Matthew out of his store because Matthew was giving him problems. Matthew was drunk, so he kicked him out. So yeah, but right now he doesn't remember Matthew, so there's always a problem here. I mean, he kicked him out, yeah, now he doesn't remember ever hearing of Matthew or seeing him. Could this be something to have to do with, because you see the title right there on the upper left screen, you got a city, you know, this is a city, and then on the bottom part you got another city, but it's upside down. So could this be like, you know, maybe there might be one part, I mean, sometimes he may be in the city, you know, that's, you know, the regular looking city, but some other times he might be in the city that's upside down. Maybe there are two different versions of Eden, and somehow he's able to be in both. Like the one version of Eden he's in, he got to see Matthew, and everybody knows Matthew. But the other version of Eden, you know, the one that's upside down, nobody remembers him, but the MC does. That's just my theory. I might be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking anyway. So we got to spend more time with the MC's friends, and that muscular Rottweiler. The muscular Dalmatian. He very much cares for the MC. He really does. He loves him, and he doesn't want anything bad to happen to him. And this world where everybody's isolated, it gets you. I mean, you've been alive for hundreds of years, and at first you think being alive forever is cool. It's something you want, but after being alive for hundreds of years, a lot of the people that you've known have passed on, and you're alone now. About humans, well, people here are like furry people, but like they're all kind of based on humans, their behavior. So in this case, I can talk about humans. So humans are we are a social species. You got some species that are solitary, but you got other species like humans and lions and wolves. They're a very social species. They can't function by themselves. They need to be in the company of others, just so they can be sane. So it's really getting to the Dalmatian. His name's Lane. Yeah, so Lane is really getting to Lane all this isolation. So he does value the company of the MC and the others very much. And the that one dog who's very smart and technical, and he come up with different types of technology, inventing stuff, and he's very knowledgeable about computers. He's trying to come up with a network so that everybody can stay connected. They won't be lonely. So everybody can just keep touch with each other and at least try to stay sane and not go crazy throughout all this isolation. And that person at the very beginning that the MC spoke to, could that be the person from the world that's upside down? I mean, it's still pretty early in this VN, so I still don't quite get everything that's going on. It's kind of making me think a lot, so I really need to watch more future updates to have a better idea of everything that's going on. Because this is one of these VNs where it's kind of, the plot is a little complex, so you have to really pay attention to everything that goes on for you to have some idea of what's happening or why things happen. Okay, so I hope y'all enjoyed this new update of Edenbound. Hopefully it won't be as long. We won't have to wait quite as long for a new update to come out, because the demo came out 9 months ago. But again, maybe the reason why the update was so long, the reason why maybe we had to wait so long for a new update to come out was because there was like a demo, and the creator is still trying to figure out where to go from there. So anyway, I do enjoy this game, Edenbound. So whenever a new update comes out, I'll have one out. So thank y'all very much for watching. Goodbye.